Hey there, it's time for another EVE Online news and weather. I'm Mike Azariah, here to give you a really short little update as to what's going on, or kind of an opinion piece on EVE Online as a whole. Now, I got my notes right here because for once I am semi-prepared. Today is February the 24th, and we are looking at about February, March, April, May, few months to FanFest. I'm going to come back to that, I hope, in a second. But today's thing I want to chat about is a common question that you see in various Reddit forums, other forums, gaming, and it's a question you see in a lot of games is, should I play? Now, for the most part, the answer is, how the hell should I know what you enjoy? If you're looking for a flight sim, EVE Online is not for you because it's not a flight sim. If you're looking for a combat game that has lots of explosions, EVE Online may be for you, but it's not the kind of explosions you're probably expecting. You will do a lot of exploding yourself. Common questions you come across is it too late? Because I understand the game is very old. Yes, it is. In gaming terms, this is the Methuselah of games. It started in 2003, so it's just coming up on 22 years old. Would you be behind? Yes, but if you specialize, you'll be able to catch up and be competitive in a specific field with a lot of the players. And there is a churn of players coming and going, so that you're not too worried about being totally behind for the rest of your gaming career. Find a focus, pick a focus, and go for it, and you can catch up. Should you pay extra to catch up? In my opinion, no. Rushing it means you will be a bad pilot, you won't be very good at it, and it will affect your enjoyment of the game overall. Is the game old? Yes, but they've been updating it continuously. So they have moved from DX9 to DX10 to whatever DX we're at now. The graphics were fantastic then, and they still are on the most modern machines. But if you have an old computer, EVE Online actually has a potato mode, which is about as low end as you possibly can, just one step above it being a text adventure. But you still can play, be competitive, and see none of the beauty of the game. Why you would want to do that, I have no clue. EVE is dying. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Still don't believe it, but I did a whole talk about that. I might remember to link it down below. The biggest thing EVE has going for it is another point on games in general is EVE is an MMO, massively multiplayer online. Now, a lot of MMOs, people go in and play solo and become the hero or do all the missions that they can find or gather, and they hardly play with anybody else except maybe a small cohort of friends or a small guild that they've joined. EVE is made to be a social game. It has huge alliances. I'll come to that in a bit. It has live meetups, FanFests that I mentioned earlier. It has communities and groups and organizations, and the game is far more enjoyable if you play it with other people. You don't have to know other people. You can be an antisocial, locked away in a tower hermit for all we care, but you will be social in game if you want to get the most out of it. And trust me, it is worth making the effort to be outgoing. The weather. I'm trying to keep this one really short because the last one went 10 minutes. Don't want to do that again. The weather this week, I was looking at, and somebody requested that I take a glance at SOV more often, because the systems that blow up, for the most part, don't change that much from week to week. So I was looking and doing a bit of math because, hey, I'm a retired math teacher, and I found that the Dotlan, I'm going to link that down below, has the movements of the last 7 days. And I added up all the exits and all the gains of the SOVs in number of members. And for example, Pandemic Horde at the top gained 526 players in the last 7 days. CVA lost 180, Decoy lost 190. Organization of Skill, Extra, whatever, gained 512. And if you add up all the losses, like all the people who have left alliances in the past week, it comes to about 1,000, which is how many the top two gains were, ignoring the rest of the list. So it's not just a matter of we're shuffling the cards and making it look like there's a new change, or look, they gained, with ignoring that they just came from another group. I don't see a lot of exits to balance the entries. So it is new players who are still coming in every day, every week, playing the game, joining the big organizations. And I encourage you, if you got a chance, do the same. The other reason I think there might be an upswing in players recently is sabers are getting rattled. There isn't a war yet, nothing has been declared, but you're starting to see some borders, for example, between Init and Brave, the Initiative, pardon me, and Brave Newbies. Brave is technically a member of the Imperium, which is a coalition, a group of alliances, run mainly by Goonswarm, but Brave are the meat shield, the buffer between the Initiative and Goonswarm's main home. So if you're going to see something, this is where you're seeing little shoves and pushes and people yelling about nobody showing up for the battle. We came to fight and they ran. Well, that's because you came with 3 times the number of ships they did, or they just don't think they can beat you. In EVE, there's a saying, if it's a fair fight, both sides screwed up. So, most groups will not take a fight unless they think they can win. The exception to that used to be Red and Blue, RVB, which was a fun group to play with. I played on the blue side and had a lot of fun going out in fights that were totally pre-choreographed. You wouldn't know who'd win, but you'd go out and arrange. We're going to be here. You guys show up and we'll shoot each other until one side runs out of ships. Anyways, that's EVE Online for this week. If you have a topic that you'd like me to hit upon, put a comment down below. Give me a like or something like that. Other than that, you have yourself a good one. Skål. Rum. And I will talk to you next time.